In the heart of a bustling American city, Michael Thornton, a devoted husband and father, discovers his wife Laura's affair with a wealthy tech mogul, Victor Crane. Choosing his rich lover over his family, Laura plots to drain Michael's successful construction business and secure her financial future. But Michael, fueled by betrayal, orchestrates a meticulous plan to expose their deceit, turning their world upside down. From sabotaging Victor's flagship project to publicly humiliating Laura, Michael's revenge leaves them both penniless and disgraced. The most gripping moment comes when Michael triggers a catastrophic accident at Victor's luxury penthouse unveiling, a spectacle that ruins their reputations in front of the city's elite. What would you do if you discovered a betrayal this deep? Fight back with calculated precision or walk away? Share your thoughts in the comment below, like, and subscribe for more gripping tales of justice. Michael Thornton leaned against the kitchen counter of his modest Seattle home, the glow of his laptop illuminating his weathered face. At 42, he'd built Thornton Construction from a single hammer to a company with contracts across the Pacific Northwest. His hands, calloused from years of labor, scrolled through bank statements that didn't add up. Laura, his wife of 15 years, had been withdrawing large sums from their joint account, claiming they were for charity events. But the tracker app on her phone told a different story. Late-night visits to the upscale Belltown district, far from the community center she claimed to be supporting. Michael's gut churned as he opened the app's location history. Laura's car was parked outside the Pinnacle Tower, a luxury condo owned by Victor Crane, a tech mogul known for his flashy acquisitions and rumored affairs. Michael's jaw tightened. He grabbed his keys, drove to Belltown, and parked across from the tower. Through his truck's tinted windows, he saw Laura's BMW nestled beside Victor's Tesla Cybertruck. His phone's zoom lens caught her silhouette in the penthouse window, her arms wrapped around a man who wasn't him. 17 photos later, Michael had undeniable proof of her betrayal. He drove home in silence, his mind a storm of calculations. Laura slipped into bed at 2 a.m., her perfume sharp and unfamiliar. She played the part of a sleeping wife. But Michael knew better. He moved to the guest room, a plan already forming. The next morning, Laura breezed through the kitchen, her designer heels clicking as she grabbed her coffee. "Busy day at the office?" Michael asked, his voice steady despite the fire in his chest. "Swamped," she replied, not meeting his eyes. "Don't wait up." Michael nodded, waiting until her car pulled away before making calls. First to his lawyer, Sarah Klein, who'd handled a contract dispute for him years ago. Next to his accountant, who confirmed Laura's name was on several business documents, a mistake Michael now regretted. Finally, to a private investigator, Jack Reed, who specialized in uncovering secrets the wealthy thought they could hide. By noon, Michael had a strategy. Thornton Construction was his life's work, a $3 million empire built on sweat and trust. Laura's signatures on the paperwork gave her a claim to half, but Sarah assured him they could protect the core assets. "You thinking divorce?" she asked. "Preparation," Michael said. "The business stays mine." Jack arrived at 3 p.m., his weathered trench coat out of place in Michael's tidy office. He reviewed the photos, his eyes narrowing. Victor Crane's a big fish. Owns half of Belltown's new developments. Married 3 kids. Thinks his money makes him bulletproof. How long has this been going on? Michael asked. Hard to say. New dresses, late nights, evasive answers, classic signs. I'll need a week to dig deeper. We want evidence that holds up in court. Michael spent the afternoon in his workshop, modifying a hydraulic pump used for foundation testing. The device could simulate a water main break with pinpoint precision. To anyone else, it looked like standard equipment. To Michael, it was a weapon. Jack's report came 3 days later. Laura and Victor met every Tuesday at the Pinnacle Tower's private suite, booked under a shell company. Jack had photos of them entering together, leaving separately, and a recording of Laura discussing a plan to file for divorce after securing a loan against Michael's business assets. She's been to a lawyer, Jack said. Karen Holt, specializes in high-asset divorces. Victor's visited the same office. They're coordinating. Michael's blood ran cold. Laura wasn't just cheating. She was plotting to strip him bare. Over dinner, he tested her. Thinking of expanding the business, he said casually. Might need to leverage the house, some investments. Laura's fork froze. That's risky. The market's shaky. Maybe talk to a financial advisor first. Her hesitation confirmed everything. She was stalling, buying time for her lawyer to claim his assets. Michael smiled thinly. Good idea. Michael met his accountant the next day, restructuring Thornton Construction into an LLC with subsidiaries, each holding different assets. Laura's name was removed from all but the least valuable documents. This is aggressive, the accountant warned. Her lawyer might fight it. Let them, Michael said. Everything's legal. He then drove to Victor's neighborhood, a gated enclave of glass and steel mansions. Victor's home screamed new money, his Cybertruck parked beside a fountain that rivaled a public monument. Michael waited until Victor's wife, Elise Crane, emerged, a poised woman with sharp eyes and a quiet strength. She drove to a yoga studio, then a coffee shop. Michael followed, approaching her outside. Mrs. Crane, he said, I'm Michael Thornton. We need to talk. Her composure flickered. I don't know you. Your husband's sleeping with my wife. That gives us plenty to discuss. Elise studied the photo Michael showed her, Laura and Victor in the penthouse. How long have you known? She asked. Long enough. You? 8 months. I found charges for private suites on his card. Her voice was ice. Victor thinks I'm just a trophy wife, but I've tracked every offshore account he's hidden. I'm going to ruin him. Michael nodded. We're on the same page. They formed an alliance, pooling evidence. Elise had records of Victor's tax evasion through his tech ventures. Michael had surveillance and the recording. Together, they could destroy their betrayers. Victor's Pinnacle Tower unveiling was the perfect stage. The event, a gala for Seattle's elite, showcased his latest luxury condos. Laura would be there, playing the role of supportive real estate partner. Michael modified his hydraulic pump, rigging it to overload the tower's water system with a non-toxic but foul-smelling dye, simulating a catastrophic plumbing failure. On gala night, Michael parked his truck near the tower's service entrance, the pump hidden among maintenance vehicles. Laura arrived in a silver gown, Victor in a tailored suit, both mingling with the city's power players. At 7:30 p.m., as they toasted on the rooftop terrace, Michael activated the pump via a remote app. The result was chaos. A geyser of green, rancid liquid erupted from the terrace fountains, drenching guests in a stench that cleared the area in seconds. Laura's gown was ruined, her hair matted with dye. Victor, soaked and humiliated, tried to calm the crowd as phones recorded every moment. The gala ended in pandemonium, with guests fleeing and news crews capturing the disaster. Social media exploded with videos of the Pinnacle Plague, as it was dubbed. Laura's real estate firm dropped her, clients unwilling to associate with the laughingstock. Victor's investors pulled funding, and the IRS, tipped off by Elise, launched an investigation into his offshore accounts. His company's stock plummeted, and his marriage crumbled as Elise filed for divorce. Michael confronted Laura at home. You plan to take everything, he said, playing a recording of her plotting with Victor. But you forgot who I am. You sabotaged us, she spat, trembling. You ruined my life. You ruined your own, Michael replied. Pack your bags. You're out by morning. Laura left with nothing but her car and a suitcase. The house, bought before their marriage, was Michael's. The business, restructured, was untouchable. She moved to a rundown motel, her reputation in tatters. Victor's empire collapsed under federal charges. His hidden accounts were seized, his property sold to cover debts. He faced 7 years in prison for tax fraud. Laura, desperate, tried to forge documents to claim Michael's assets, but her amateur scheme was caught. She was arrested for fraud, facing 5 years behind bars. Michael rebuilt, his company thriving on new contracts. He married Jack Reed's assistant, Emily, a woman who valued loyalty as fiercely as he did. Laura and Victor faded into obscurity, their names synonymous with scandal. Years later, Michael stood in his workshop, the hydraulic pump dismantled. It had served its purpose, a tool of justice. He learned that betrayal could break a man, but precision and patience could rebuild him stronger.